Very good morning, students. Welcome back to second year physics. In the previous class, we finished about a one conversion, that is about a ammeter conversion is over. Let us will move to the voltmeter. So in this voltmeter, I'll tell you one thing. Voltmeter is nothing but it is a device, the device which use it to measure the potential difference. So this is the device which use it to measure the potential difference, of course. And come to the point is, see this voltmeter. So the conversion of mcg into voltmeter, no? So now we can convert. So the mcg into voltmeter, how we can convert? Yes, we can convert it like this. Let us say this is the galvanometer, and for this galvanometer, if high resistance is connected, which is very very important, we can say when there is a high resistance is connected, capital R is connected, high resistance in the series, then we can call as the voltmeter. Yes, it is voltmeter, we can say. See, ammeter in the sense is when there is a small resistance or a suitable resistance is connected to the mcg in parallel, because there is a differences between mcg and voltmeter is there. So for the difference, you say first one, ammeter is nothing but it is a device, the device which use it to measure the current. Voltmeter is a device, the device which use it to measure the potential difference. And ammeter conversion, when there is a small resistance is connected to the mcg in series, in parallel. Voltmeter conversion is nothing but when there is a high resistance is connected, right? When there is a high resistance is connected in series, right? In series with the mcg, we can call as the voltmeter. So this voltmeter is a device which measures the potential difference. Suppose you need to find a potential difference in the other circuits, so this voltmeter must be connected in the other circuit in parallel, whereas ammeter is to be connected in the other circuit, there must be connected in the series. So these are the differences, simple differences. Now here we need to find this resistance. Suppose there is a current flows, yes of course. In case of a series resistance, the current will be same. So current remains the same, but the potential differences are different. You say this galvanometer potential difference is Vg, you say, and this is, you say, some V. You take like that. Here according to the Ohm's law, we can take as Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R effective. Why R effective? Because there is a capital G and capital R are in the series, no? Capital R is nothing but the resistance, high resistance is connected. Capital G is nothing but a resistance of the galvanometer. According to this, R effective is equal to G plus R, because they are in the series. They are in the series. Now you need to write here V is equal to this Ig current flows, no, through this Ig. So you say Ig into G plus capital R effective. Now you write here like this Ig, you bring this side. Yes, of course. G plus capital R. Shall I? G plus capital R. And here we know this V by G is nothing but from here Vg is equal to Ig into capital G. Shall I? Yes, of course, we know. So from this we can also say Ig is nothing but from here Ig is nothing but Vg by capital G. So just you replace this here, V by Vg by capital G is equal to G plus capital R. Therefore, V by Vg into capital G is equal to this, G will come up, no, G plus capital R. So this V by Vg capital G minus capital G is equal to capital R. So minus 1 into capital G is equal to capital R. Here V by Vg is nothing but N again. That means here the potential differences between the high resistance and the galvanometer. So that N minus 1 into G is equal to R. This is the resistance of the voltmeter, so which we connected. This is the resistance is connected in the series, no, to the galvanometer. For that resistance, capital R is equal to N minus 1 into capital G. This is for final expression. related to what we can say for the voltmeter. So voltmeter is a device, the device which use it to measure the potential difference, and it is the conversion of MCG. For the galvanometer resistance, there must be a high resistance is connected to the galvanometer in series, and it is measures the potential difference, and here high resistance is connected, no sir, whereas ideal voltmeter, what will happen, ideal voltmeter is nothing but a resistance is infinity, because we don't know how much we can connect for the ideal voltmeter. So that the high resistance is connected in series, no, this is we can call as a voltmeter. So there are on this basis, let I'll tell you one problem. On this basis, see, in our material not given, but I'll tell you one problem, one example problem related to this voltmeter also. Only ammeter problem is given, whereas voltmeter problems are not given. Yeah, no worries. I'll tell you one example problem on the basis of this related to voltmeter, right? Can I explain you? Right. Right. See one problem. A given question like this is given. See, maximum current is of 0.5 milliampere can be passed through the galvanometer. So the question is, galvanometer through the current is 0.5 milliampere is given. So the question I am reading, the maximum current of 0.5 milliampere can be passed through a galvanometer of resistance. Through a galvanometer of resistance is 20 ohm. Calculate the resistance to be connected in series. Calculate the resistance to be connected in series to convert into voltmeter range. There is a voltmeter range is given from 0 to 5V. 0 to 5V is given. So that here is asking what now? Capital R is asking. So we know capital R is equal to, just now we derived capital G into n minus 1. So G is already is there, but we don't know n. N is not given, but there is a voltmeter range is given. By using that, n is equal to V by Vg, right? So in this we need to find a, first of all, V and as well as the Vg. So V is nothing but from 0 to 5, no? So that maximum you take only 5 volt. But we don't know Vg, no? Yes. Vg is nothing but Ig into capital G, right? So Ig is how much is given? 0.5. Yes, you take 0.5 into capital G is 20. Of course, this 0 cancel. 5 into 2. So that it becomes 10 volt. This is about a Vg. Okay. Now let us. We know Vg and we know V. Therefore, n is equal to 5 by 10. So n is equal to 0.5 it is. Clear? Is it okay now? Okay, here milli is given, no? 0.5 into 10 power minus 3. Better you write here 10 power minus 3. So this is a 10 power minus 2, I think. So better here you write 10 power minus 2. So this will come up, no? Therefore n will be like this. So now we know capital R is equal to G into G is 20, n is given 500 minus 1. So capital R is equal to 20 into 499. You multiply this, we may get the final answer is 9980. This is the high resistance, of course. This is the magnitude of resistance high when there is a current flow 0.5. This much of resistance is required. So this is the way we need to find a voltmeter resistance, right? Can I give another example? because in our material are not given, no, that's what I am giving. Okay, yes, I'll tell you one more example problem related to this. Right. The question is, I'll read the question. A galvanometer as a resistance is given. So the galvanometer resistance is another example problem. A galvanometer as a resistance of 100 ohm, a current of 10 power minus 3 ampere, a current of 10 power minus 3 ampere passes through a galvanometer. How it can be converted? How it can be converted? First one, ammeter range 10 ampere. Second, voltmeter range is 10 volt. There is a capital G, and here current through the galvanometer is 10 power minus 3. Ammeter range is given. That means here the current of ammeter I is equal to 10 given, and Ig is equal to 10 power minus 3, and G is equal to 100 ohms is given. Now he is asking shunt resistance. The range is nothing but a ammeter range. No? S is equal to, we say, G by N minus 1. So we know N is nothing but a what? I by Ig. I is how much is given? 10. Ig is how much is given? 10 power minus 3. So N is equal to 10 into 10 power 3. So 10 power 4 we can. Now S is equal to G is 100 by 10 power 4 minus 1. So 100 divided by 999. Sorry, right? This is will be what we can say shunt resistance. Shunt resistance is 100 by 9999. Okay, this is what it is. We can say range of ammeter. Now second is asking voltmeter. No, for that voltmeter range. So the given is V is given, right? So V is how much is given? 10 volt is given. Is asking capital R. So capital R is nothing but a G into N minus 1. Here N is equal to V by Vg, no? So V is there, but we don't know Vg. Yes, use this, get Vg. That is Vg is equal to Ig into capital G. Ig will be, and here capital G will be 100. So that it is 10 power minus 1 it is. So now we know Vg and we know V. So both you substitute here, will get the like this. V is a 10, Vg is 10 power minus 1. You bring it up, then we'll get the 100. Now capital R is asking, no? Therefore capital R is equal to G is 100 into 100 minus 1. The range of 100 into 99. So capital R will be 9900. See, this is the way the problems we have to do like this. Of course, in our material not given, that's what I was given the two example problems related to voltmeter and as well as the ammeter related. Right now, so this you copy these two examples. And here, another question is there in this in our material given, so that it is related to the torque related. So I will explain you that question. Then after I will finish it the chapter. Right? Yeah, look at the 220 page number, question number 7.13. Everyone read carefully. Then what is asking? What we need to find. First of all, read question, open your materials, and then you write given data. Right. read carefully what is given. Page number 220, question number 7.13. It related to torque. See, a circular coil of 30 turns. Circular coil of 30 turns, right? And radius is 8 centimeter, 8 into 10 power minus 2 meter. Carrying a current. How much current is carrying? 6 ampere current is carrying, right? And suspended vertically in a uniform horizontal magnetic field, 1 Tesla. The field lines makes an angle 60 degree. The lines is making an angle 60 degree with the normal to the coil. With the normal to the coil. Calculate the magnitude of the counter torque that must be applied to prevent the coil from the turning. Question. Once again, question will be a circular coil of 30 turns and radius is 80 centimeter, carrying a current of 6 ampere, and radius is given 8 centimeter, number of turns is given 30, and there is a magnetic field induction is B is applied. Therefore, the coil is making an angle 60 degree with the normal. So, is asking torque required is BIAN sin theta, because normal is given. If the plane of the coil is making an angle theta with the B with the plane of the coil, that is, we can say cos theta. We know B, we know current, and we know area. Area of the circular coil we need to take, that is pi r square, you write. So, pi into r is 64 into 10 power minus 4, like this, right? Here torque is equal to B is 1, current is 6, area is pi into 4 into 10 power minus 4 into n will be 30 and sin 60 root 3 by 2 sin 60. So that you take it is 6 into 3.14 into 64 into 10 power minus 4 into 30 into root 3 by 2. So 2 ones, 2 15s. So torque is equal to 6 into 3.14 into 64 into 15 into root 3, 1.732 into 10 power minus 4. If you simplify this, approximately we may get 3.13 Newton meter is the final answer, right? Second, what do your answer change if you circular coil in where placed a planar coil of some irregular shape that encloses the same area, all other particulars are also unaffected. Yes. So, if the area is same, no, everything is same, therefore, for second also the answer is remains same, that is 3.13 Newton meter, that is all. The shape of the coil changes and the area remain constant, no, then the torque remains unchanged. If area changes the coil, therefore, it may be torque is changes, but it is area is remains same. The shape of the coil is same, but area remains same, no. If area remains same, therefore, it answer will be the same, right? It is a one question related to torque. Okay, right. See, I want to say related to very short answers, already we discussed the very short answers also. Page number 209, once open the 209 page number, this is the chapter conclusion which I want to tell you. Okay, yeah, once look at the final conclusion from this chapter. Yeah, 209 page number. So there is a distinguish between ammeter and voltmeter. It is for 2 marks, very very important. You look at the question, March 2020 also this question was given. So like 17 also given, 16, 15, 15, 14 like that. So you know ammeter and voltmeter conversion. So both the differences are here given. You read this conversions. And next, what is the principle of moving coil galvanometer is over. What is the smallest value of current that can be measured with a moving coil galvanometer? 10 power minus 9. Like how do you convert a moving coil galvanometer into ammeter? Says it is, we can say, suitable low resistance is connected to it parallel. How do you convert a moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter? Of course, we can say high resistance is connected. High resistance is connected to the galvanometer in series. That is about a, we can say what, related to the voltmeter, right? And here, so you look into the next question. Yes, of course, the 12th question is already, the relation is completed. Like 13th also completed, 14th also completed, and 15th also completed. So in this chapter, 4 marks are very, very important. That is question number 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These all are very, very important. Supposed to read this all short answers, as well as the problems also you do from exercise and from problems. Okay. See, as well as there are some LAQs questions also is there. That is MCG, torque acting, and conversion of MCG. MCG is converted into voltmeter is 1. MCG is converted into ammeter is 1. Like it is about a related to this chapter, right? So this chapter is over, and I'll continue next class with new chapter. So that is, the chapter is magnetism and matter. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next class.